are you today? And welcome to today's story time. Mr. Bear is here with us. Okay, so today our story is Ursula on safari. That's exciting. So going on safari to see the wild animals. You ready? This is by Sheila Lavelle. Ursula went into the classroom one morning and found Miss Plum sticking a poster on the wall. Everybody crowded around to look. Manor Hill Safari Park, said the poster. Special openings, children's school trips, welcome tickets only £2 each. See, this is a poster on the wall. There were lions, tigers and monkeys and chimpanzees. There were giraffes, elephants and kangaroos. In the trees, peering out from them among the leaves, there were bears. Bears, said Miss Ursula. When can we go, Miss Plum? Well, Miss Plum laughed. I'll find out when the school bus is free. Perhaps we can go one day next week. I'll give you all a letter to take home. Ursula could hardly wait. After school, Ursula hurried home to tell Aunt Prudence all about it. Aunt Prudence knew how much Ursula loved bears. What she didn't know was that Ursula could turn herself into a bear. With a simple magic spell, a currant bun with a filling of porridge, oats and honey was all she needed, and a beef burger and chips would turn her back again as quick as a flash. The day of the trip came at last. Ursula ran down the road with Fredbear, just like Mr. Bear, with Fredbear under her arm and her satchel on her back. Aunt Prudence had packed one of Ursula's special currant buns. She had even put in a beef burger and chips as well, although she thought it was rather odd. Now Ursula had everything she needed just in case. The school bus was crowded with children. All Ursula's class was there. Miss Plum was there with Mrs. Brown. Ursula sat by the window with Fredbear on her lap. All right, everybody, shouted Mrs. Brown. Right then, off we go, and they went along. Soon after, some tall white gates came into sight. Here we are, called Mrs. Plum. The children crowded to the windows, and the bus went into the safari. There we go, going in. Close all the windows now, everybody. Look, shouted the children, and they saw monkeys everywhere. Ursula didn't laugh. She was too busy trying to close the window. It wouldn't slide shut, no matter how hard she tried. Ursula, said Mrs. Plum crossly, I said all windows must be closed. I am trying, but it's quite difficult. See what happens. Everybody looked up as they heard a massive bump on the roof. The monkeys are on the bus. Ursula jumped back in fright as an upside down monkey looked through the window. He reached out and grabbed Fredbear. Can we see? Just like this, and grabbed Fredbear. The monkey ran off. Fredbear, shouted Ursula. Mrs. Plum came and slammed Ursula's window shut. The bus moved and Ursula turned to look back. All she could see was Fredbear, a small brown bundle being dragged through the trees. Oh. The bus went on into the enclosure. Lions, everybody shouted. Ursula didn't look because she was thinking of poor Fredbear. Is there lions? Ursula had to wait until lunchtime before the chance come at last, but the bus stopped at the picnic area in the center of the park. Ursula saw the monkeys in the enclosed fence. A girl couldn't climb over the wire fence, but a bear could. Where are you going, Ursula asked Mrs. Plum. I'm going to go and get an ice cream. Don't be too long, said Mrs. Plum. Ursula grabbed her satchel and ran. Nobody saw her creep between the van and the fence. Nobody saw her gobbing the currant bun. Nobody heard the words of the magic spell, I am a bear, I am a bear, I am a bear. And at the moment later, nobody saw her fairy animal dancing about on the grass. Once again, the spell had worked and Ursula had turned into Ursula Bear. To the bear? Ursula looked around to make sure that nobody was watching. Then she climbed up the wire fence down the other side. That was easy, she said to herself. Ursula looked everywhere among the trees and she saw lots of monkeys, chimpanzees, but Fredbear was nowhere to be seen. I'll climb up a tree and I'll see if I can see better from there. Up and up she went till she saw almost at the top. Down in the picnic area, the cars, people were like beetles on the ground. Then bump, she banged her head on something hard and furry on the branch. And above her, also looked up, lying on the branch, fast asleep in the sunshine, was a large black bear. And between its two front paws was a small brown bundle that made Ursula stare very hard. She found Fredbear. How did you get up here? She didn't want to wait. She was too scared, so she grabbed the Fredbear and started to climb down so fast. A family of chips stopped eating their bananas in surprise as Ursula scampered past with Fredbear in her arms. But Ursula had no time to spare. She raced back to the fence and flew and threw Fredbear over. He went sailing into the air, safely on the grass. Landed safely on the grass. Ursula climbed over after him. The beef burger and chips were in the satchel. Ursula gobbled them down and then she turned. She said her magic words, which was the other way now. So instead of I'm a bear, she said Reb Ami, Reb Ami. And she turned back into Ursula. In the moment Ursula was herself again, she picked up Fredbear, gave him a hug, and then she bought an ice cream from the van and she ran back to the others. Mrs. Plum was extremely cross. Ursula, I've been looking for you everywhere. And is that Fredbear? However did you get him back? Ursula didn't want to tell her fibs. A bear threw him over the fence. At the end, this was the truth. They sat and had their picnic. Oh, that's a lovely story. Well, thank you so much for listening, everyone, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.